Students, now we'll come to the next chapter of Science Part 1, Chemical Reaction and Equation. What is the meaning of chemical reaction? The transformation of chemical substance into another chemical substance is known as chemical reaction. For example, rusting of iron, the setting of milk into curd, digestion of food, respiration, etc. This is a transformation of a substance into another substance. So that means in a chemical reaction, a new substance is formed which is completely different in the properties from the original substance. So in a chemical reaction, what takes place? A chemical change takes place. Now, the substance which take part in a chemical reaction are called the reactants, and the new substance which is produced as a result of chemical reaction are called products. Now, for a chemical reaction to occur, the change can be observed in the form of the change in the state. Just as solid can be converted in liquid, solid can be converted into gaseous, like this it is, or liquid can be converted into the gaseous. So, when example is given, when wax is burned, then water and carbon dioxide are formed. So, change in the state, wax is in the solid state, you'll get gas, that is carbon dioxide and water. Next is a physical change. In this, the identity of the substance remains the same, just as the melting, you can see the melting of the ice. So that means the identity remains the same. That means it is water only it is. It is a physical change. Next it is a boiling. So that means boiling of the water. The liquid is converted into the gaseous state. So this is called as a physical state, and these states are the reversible, whereas the chemical change are irreversible. From the ice you can get the water. Water also can be converted into ice. So these changes are reversible. So that is a physical change. Now we'll come to the next topic. So in the chemical change, what happens it is the identity of the substance completely change. So reactants are converted into substance due to the formation or the broken down of the older bonds. That means the bonds are formed, new bonds are formed, and the old bonds are broken down. So that is the meaning of the chemical change. Now, how to represent the chemical equation? The symbolic representation of chemical reaction using the symbols and formula is known as a chemical equation. We can't write the chemical equation in words. Suppose it is given as iron, it is reacted with water. We can't write in words iron plus water because it becomes a tedious way. So it is chemical equation is represented using the symbols and the formula. So for this, reactants are written where? In the left hand side, whereas the products are written on the right hand side. Just as if you see here, iron plus water, this is written on the left hand side. These are the reactants and these are the products. Now how to balance a chemical equation? So balancing chemical equation is the one where the number of atoms involved in the reactant side is equal to the number of atoms on the product side. So how much it is Fe, so that much on the reactant side it should be balanced with the product side. How much it is the H on the reactant side, it should be balanced. How much is the oxygen, so on both the side the atom should be balanced. So according to the law of conservation of mass, mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. To obey this law, the total mass of elements present in reactants must be equal to the total mass of elements present in the products. Now, how to balance the chemical equation? These are the steps it is there. One example, I have taken iron plus water giving Fe3O4 plus H2. So, this is a hydrated ferric oxide. So, first write what the number of atoms. Iron it is there first, name of the atom, then hydrogen it is given, and then oxygen. Then here in on the reactant side, what is how many iron it is 1, hydrogen it is how much 2, oxygen it is 1. Then on the product side, how much iron it is 3, then hydrogen it is 2 and oxygen it is 4. So which atom contains maximum number of so that is oxygen, it is an element which contains a maximum number of atom, so that is 4. Now we'll study how to balance it. Now balance the atom which is maximum in number on either side. I said oxygen it is here. So the number of oxygen atom is maximum on the right hand side. To balance oxygen, one needs to multiply oxygen on the left hand side by the 4. So this is the left hand side here. So we have to multiply by the 4. Now if you multiply by the 4, what happens it is the number of hydrogen atom becomes 8. On the left hand side it will become 8. So which is more that on the right hand side. To balance it you have to multiply here on the product side. So that is on the right hand side the hydrogen with the 4. So you get 4 to the 8 here. So here also 4 to the 8 and oxygen becomes 4. So here also oxygen becomes 4. Now after that the number of oxygen and hydrogen atoms becomes equal on both the sides. The number of ion is 1. Here it is 1 on the left hand side whereas it is 3 on the right hand side. So to balance it, multiply the ion on the left hand side. So here by 3. So you get 3Fe plus 4H2O giving it yields what? Fe3O4 plus 4H2. So like this, see now in the box it is in the table. Now it is balanced. So like this you have to balance the chemical equation. Now here it is after balancing the above equation can be written as in this way. Now here are some symbols are there which we have to symbols. No, you can say the state of that substance you have to represent. So what it is while writing the chemical equation, a chemical equation consists of chemical formula of the reactants. So that is on the left hand side and the products on the right. The two are separated by the arrow. So that is arrow. Each individual substance chemical formula is separated from others by the plus sign. So you have written the plus sign. Okay, where this and this are separated by the plus sign. The state of the matter of each compound or the molecule is indicated in the subscript next to the compound by an abbreviation in the parentheses. For example, Fe it is in which state? Solid. So you have to write as S. Then H2O is in which state? Liquid. So you have to write as L. Then Fe3O4 is in which state? So that you have to write that is aqueous. Then H2 which is in the gaseous state. So you have to write as G. So like this it is. For example, a compound in the gas state would be indicated by G. Then solid which is S and liquid L and aqueous AQ. What is the meaning of aqueous? Aqueous means dissolved in water. It is a common state of the matter for acid. All acids dissolve in water, base as well as the ionic compounds. Now in some reaction, a reactant or product may be in the form of precipitate which is insoluble in the solution. That is that the reaction is taking place in. So you represent it with the downward arrow when the compound which is formed or the product which is formed it is insoluble in the water and it forms a precipitate. So you represent by the downward arrow, and if it gas it is formed you represent it with the upward arrow. So if the reaction requires energy, so it is often indicated above the arrow. How it is indicated? By the Greek letter delta. So a triangle it is shown above the arrow like this. Above the above the arrow you will get a triangle is written on the top of the reaction arrow to show that energy in the form of heat is added to the reaction. So these are the method you can say for writing a chemical equation. This step you have to remember, as well as you have to specify the state of the matter, whether it is gaseous, solid or the liquid. So here I given one example. Copper sulfate, it is an ionic compound, so aqueous because it dissolves in water. Zinc, solid, it is only one atom it is taken, so solid. So zinc sulfate, it forms the zinc sulfate. So zinc sulfate also an ionic compound, so aqueous. And then what you get as a copper, so that is a solid. So this example I given, you have to show the state of the matter, aqueous, then solid, like this. If it is gaseous you have to show with an upward arrow, and if it forms a precipitate, so that means it doesn't dissolve in water, you have to show with the downward arrow. Now in the next video we'll study about the types of the chemical reaction.